45 degrees at 7:30. I think this is the coolest morning we've had so far this year. T-Rex looking a little bit more energized, but still have to be careful. It is a cresting high pressure system right over New England this morning. What is it, about a 1024 high? But it's not clean. It's not clean. It's not a clear sky. And there was a little bit of a breeze this morning when I woke up, so that helped keep our temperature. Look at that, 2 herons. 2 herons. Don't they fly south? Are you guys going south? Oh, you heard the forecast, huh? Sticking around for a while. Don't blame you. Looks pretty nice. Although it's not a clean transition into warmer weather. There are some curious areas of precipitation showing up on the radar this morning. Steve has joined us. Let's close the door so Mitt doesn't decide to join us without notification. Yeah, this is somewhat concerning, that echo there in northern New York and all these clouds, and then even more concerning, wow, that is pretty. That is gorgeous, huh? We have sky layers, cirrus, almost cirrocumulus right there in the center, and some altostratus, and then that looks like stratocumulus. That looks like the fog, that stuff on the horizon. The fog kind of cloud, and it's really layered in. Hey, these herons are coming by for another pass right over the house. Come on. Oh, did you see that? Did a heron just land on Art's roof? I would have never seen that. Yes, it did. No, it's in the top of that tree. Look at that, standing on the top of that tree. How's my audio? Can't plan these things. And that tree, by the way, sheds pollen in the autumn. I'll get you a video of that. I have a pollinating tree. Where's the other one? The other one's right there. They're planning their trip south, I guess. So anyhow, that pine tree, it's a gorgeous pine tree, but it sheds a lot of pollen and pine cones this time of year. Anyhow, sorry for the interruption. Interrupted by dramatic beauty every single day. And note, there is a sailboat not there anymore. The green boat took off yesterday. Want to see it take off in my time lapse? Yesterday it was beautiful for a little while, and then the clouds and wind picked back up, and Leif took off for his winter port. And so we still have a couple of boats left. I think Christian's is the sailboat, and is that your boat, Charlie, right there, the power boat? So 2 boats left. And we're going to have nice warm weather coming in the 70s, but back to where I was before. All right, so we talked about those showers in New York that the radar wasn't picking up. That the guidance is not picking up, so I can't track those showers on guidance. I'll show you some other trick, though, in a second. And then I want to go to Wisconsin. This morning, I saw these echoes, and I had to check out the lightning. Wow. Intense lightning over Wisconsin. Turns out that's a boundary between the colder air building in Canada and the warmer air that's going to come back into the eastern United States. And on that boundary, those thunderstorms produced this. Ty Dillon. All over it, shredding the foliage in Wisconsin. The hailstorm yesterday, thunderstorms. Ty proclaims himself a IT specialist and self-declared weather enthusiast. Thank you, Ty Dillon in Wisconsin, for sharing that video. All right, so now, T-Rex, is he barking at my barrel of lawn weed, of grass clipping? It's grass. What is it? Yeah, I've been doing some mowing. I brought the mower blade down to 2 inches. What is it, T-Rex? It is. It's the barrel. He spooked to the barrel. Rex, it's a barrel of grass. It's worm food. It's fine. I thought we would have an easy program this morning, T-Rex. It's okay. All right. Sorry. All right, now for that thing that I've never shown here before because I couldn't find any guidance supporting any of that rain, so I went to the simulated IR satellite from the HRR, and it indicates what the satellite imagery might look like over New England the next couple days. Thin clouds today, that's the light white, and then IR shows cold tops as orange and pretty colors, and means a thicker cloud coming in tomorrow. This may produce a few sprinkles. I'm not expecting too much rain, but what it is, it's not a clean transition
from our chilly morning this morning. Did I mention a bunch of spots are near 32 degrees? Here are our surface observations this morning, kind of going back and forth here. The cross means that there's very little wind. The circle with the line on it means there is some breeze in a few spots. But anyhow, Nashua, New Hampshire with the cross, 34, 34. Temperature in dew point near 34. And a few spots did touch 32 today. If it were a clear sky, it would have been colder. It's not quite a clear sky. And we're not going to have another morning this cold for about a week. Okay, so point is here, there could be some showers around. That front dividing the cool air in Canada, or cold air in Canada, rebuilding, and our warmth, that front is pretty close here, and you even see a couple of green specks on the Weather Prediction Center chart for tomorrow, and a few black lines. The air is going to pick up and move in from the southwest, so it's going to get fairly gusty from the southwest. I think the Euro here in this 3 to 5 day from weather.us is underdone with the wind, and also a little bit optimistic with the sunshine. It has the wind of 10 to 15. I looked at the GFS, and which is doing better with this warmer weather, and that had winds gusting 15 to 25 around here this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. I tend to believe it is going to be more windy than the Euro has us. Anyhow, so sunny clouds, and we are going to go for 70 to 75 next couple of days, but also a couple of showers nearby. And as for the weekend, the front gets into northern New England by Sunday. It looks like waves of energy. One storm after another is going to go along this boundary. And for New England, they're mostly off to the west and north, and that means we're on the warm side. By Sunday, though, they do get into our vicinity. And then that front only slowly settles south of us on Monday and Tuesday. And that's when the colder air is going to come in, right during trick-or-treating on Halloween. And then November 1st, looks like it could be cold, but that high pressure system ultimately that brings in the cold is going to end up south of us on day 10, and that means a fairly rapid return to warm air. So when high pressure goes off to your south like this one, it warms up fairly quickly. If you get a high to our north, which happens a little bit on Sunday, it tends to hold the cold in. And speaking of cold, this is the first Arctic front of the season coming into southwestern Canada. A lot of images of snow coming out of Saskatchewan and Alberta and British Columbia last night. And that is an Arctic high pressure system in northwest Canada. And that is going to be the first dose of Arctic air. But it's aimed more west and central over the next 5 days. It's going to generate snow in Montana. There's a winter storm warning in effect starting tonight. And it may not stop snowing completely until Friday with one after another low pressure systems. Here's the 10-day snowfall chart, just adding up and up and up there. Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, then into Canada. Not a good look for us in New England. I hope it doesn't last into the winter. Half of the storms we've had in the last 2 months would have been a wintry mix. The other half would have been all rain. I think we wouldn't have had, the storm tracks we've had, none of them would have actually been all snow. Maybe one of them. Can't get enough of that. Watching the planes and the boats. What about the tropics? Tammy. Looks like Tammy's attached to the front that went through here a couple days ago, doesn't it? Well, it looks that way, but that front's going to take off and Tammy's going to be left behind. And let's show the Northwest Atlantic here, because that includes New England. You can see Tammy on the bottom right there near Bermuda. That tiny little island, a magnet for tropical cyclones. Tammy goes into Bermuda as a decaying hurricane, tropical storm, and it just kind of meanders around down there, waiting and waiting for our front that's coming in Sunday north, Monday south. Oh, look at that little wave of low pressure. Dual systems going by here Tuesday. Halloween may have some treats, some tricks and treats, and then they both go off. So Tammy waiting for the next powerful front to go off the East Coast. So there are a lot of moving parts here, a lot of ways that we can go wrong in our forecast with that boundary in southeastern Canada so close, and such Arctic air and such close to record warmth. And all right, one more thing. I think those are cormorants just gathering all over the place. I want to get close to those guys because they're putting on quite a show, moving around, eating all the minnows, which now are 5 inches long, so the minnows are big. So they're feasting. I think that they're going to fly south at some point, maybe chasing cormorants today. Yesterday was really thrilled at the midday sunshine and light wind, admiring my front pruning job, which I really didn't complete because I went over to the Bert's boatyard. But yesterday was a fickle day. We had the sunshine midday, but then another one of those orange dashed line troughs came in. It got windy and cooler in the afternoon. But we got another task completed. And a shout out to a good friend, Sean Vecchione, who got a treat for his birthday yesterday. Wait for it, and more. Turned out a lot longer than we thought it was going to today because surrounded by beauty. Happy Tuesday. Wow, wow, wow. The cold air advection has ceased. The wind has gone light. The sky is blue. And next spring's daffodils are already 2 to 3 inches tall. Gardening is year-round. How about a little pruning in the front yard in the sunshine today? I have some pretty holly and roses kind of overlapping. That Uusika praying mantis egg never hatched. I think I should look inside of that. You gotta bring all these down, especially below the roof line, right? And some of the roses look like they want to bloom again for Halloween. So, come on, focus on that. Focus. There it is. There's the rose. A rose is a rose is a rose. I had an English teacher once say, look at those beautiful vines. I mean, much of that rose looked like it was dead in the spring, and it survived. But I'm going to get rid of like this sumac. See that sumac right in there? So there's always something to do. You definitely don't want the vegetation touching the house. So I'm going to bring that down a foot or two and get it while the getting's good. Get a little vitamin D today on our Monday, October 23rd. Some nice color here. Beautiful. Our trees are starting to go just south of Boston. Mind the traffic. Watch out for that cloud. Oh, and it was never seen again. Kidding. These instability cumulus are really getting on my nerves. It sounds like a big one. Where is it?
There's a big slope.
There it is. I think that one's landing.
Yeah, he landed in Quincy.
It's about to hit one of those masts. Watch it. Oh,
There's
duck.
there's
Oh,
plane
another
down
mast. Taking out another mast.
by the 3 masts. The
Oh,
4
there's
masts,
another
see
one.
him?
Oh, yeah.
He just came in from a different angle over our head. So they're kind of crisscrossing. Taking off that way and then landing that way.
He's getting in line right now.
He's gonna-
So much for that blue sky we had with what I thought was the end of the cold air advection. I must have one of those orange dashed lines. Troughs coming through with heavier clouds again now toward 4 o'clock. No wind, very helpful when you're wrapping a big present like this.
Very.
Funny, the breeze let up just for us to do that little project. Makes a big difference. Check out the interior. Oh yeah. Spacious. Work zone for the winter. I don't chase storms that often, but I chase sunset almost every day. This view is getting better and better every day. Kinda. Little foliage update from just south of Boston. Some trees are green, some trees are sticks. Best color is yet to come. And the trees, best color presently, the sun just went down over the Fore River Bridge. About 6:10 maybe. Monday, October 23. One of those sunsets worth chasing, and to close it out on Vec's birthday. Who's Vec? You don't know Vec? Please. Jay, on his birthday, he said, I don't think I've ever made turns. Well, it's not exactly a turn. On my birthday. Well done. Thanks for sharing.
Happy birthday!
Birthday time!